Pisces, hello my loves. I hope that y'all are doing well. We have the shadow and the sword, the box, agape, the bridge and kairos, and the siren. Pisces. You know, I feel like there's just this idea of like getting caught in a cycle that, you know, I mean, it's just very representative of a shadow state. You know, and you think that every time you've made your way out of it, you find yourself more confined by it than you previously had been. But I almost feel like in this confinement, you are attempting to understand like how it is that you can break out of it. You know, like, how do I do this? Like, it's almost like, okay, like everybody has their own gifts, everybody has their own way of dealing with things. I feel like Pisces are very like here, there, like you can't really box a Pisces in. So like the fact that you have the box here, you know, I mean, it's just kind of like, I feel like it's like no matter form you take, no matter what form you take, it feels like each form is more confining than the last form. And how do you escape that? Because it's almost like your fluidity is part of the problem. And what do you do with that? Right? Seems like a valid question. Because I think that there's something that you're really wanting, and you know, like this bridge that you're wanting to cross, I think it's something that you've had your eye on for a long time, where you're like, no, this is what this is the direction I want to, like, I feel called to this. And the agape is just kind of like, I don't know, because it's a sense of self, right? It's being familiar with yourself, and understanding yourself. And I'm not sure how we're going from that energy to this energy. So let's do clarifiers. Pisces. Whew. Okay. Oh, that was like a massive chunk of cards. Should be enough. The Magician, the Page of Pentacles, the Knight of Pentacles, the Eight of Pentacles, the Moon, the Ten of Wands, Judgment, the Queen of Cups, and the Three of Swords. Well, this is manipulation. This is backstabbing. This is, how do I figure my way out of a judgment? You know, because it does feel like there's judgment, right? Like if you're in this box, and you could be on either side of the story, because it could be that you're dealing with somebody who's in this energy. Obviously, take what resonates, how it resonates, leave the rest. But I just feel like there's this idea of like judgment's been passed, that there's been a lot of manipulation, that there's been a lot of backstabbing, there's been a lot of lack. I feel like for a lot of you, this is somebody who's very close to you. It could be somebody who's in your family, you know, like a relationship that you've been in for a long time, whether that's like a romantic partner or a friend. Because I feel like there's enough familiarity there and enough intimacy there that it's like, you knew what you were doing. I almost feel like you knew what you were doing when you did it, and you did it anyways. And I don't know if you're saying that to somebody or if somebody's saying that to you, but it almost feels like this, like, well, how do you overcome intentional behavior? And then you have the Magician, the Ten of Wands, the Queen of Cups, the Page of Pentacles, and the Knight of Pentacles. I mean, this has a little bit of an energy of like pulling a rabbit out of a hat, but then it also has kind of this energy of like like a, well, what do you think about this? I feel like somebody thought about it for a really long time. Because it really does feel like there's a destination in mind. Maybe some of y'all are dealing with Aquariuses. Because this was in their read too. Or maybe you have Aquarius in your chart. Josiah has an Aquarius moon. Anyways, it does feel like there's this like, okay, well, how can we meet in the middle somehow? You know, like, how can we turn this into something good? Right? Okay, Pisces. Moon again, the King of Wands, the Five of Swords, the Seven of Swords, and the Hermit. Well, you know, after this judgment is passed, I feel like there is a point in time where you just have to, I think, step back from the battles. I almost feel like clearing the air, clearing the energy, you know, like removing your focus from what was, and almost like recentering yourself so that you can, like, when the idea comes to your mind, you're ready for it. But before you could even like think clearly, you had to calm your mind. And I feel like there's just the sense of like stepping back and calming your mind in a way that feels like calling on your magic. Almost like, I can't think of an idea, so I'm going to sit here quietly, like meditating. I feel like maybe a lot of y'all are just meditating, you know, like allowing for the answer to come to you. Because it's like every time I try to do anything, it just gets worse. And I feel like whatever this idea that comes to you, or idea that comes to another person, I feel like it offers kind of just this, like it takes something really heavy and somehow turns it into something that feels very light. Something that feels like it's not, while it is a very solid decision, it's a solid decision that I don't know, it just feels like a, like maybe I don't know, I just feel like maybe let's just like just release all of these ideas, right? And it's like, I just need to release, because I feel like you get caught in each of these ideas, and it's like you get pulled in these directions, and you're so fluid that you're like, okay, well, I'm here and I'm here and I'm here. None of these are working. But the more avenues you attempt to explore, like the more pieced out you become, the more, the less direction you seem to have, you know, and it takes on this frantic energy. And I feel like this pulling together of your energy and allowing for just like, I just feel like saying like allowing spirit to speak, you know. And when you allow for that to occur, you like something comes to you that gives you an opportunity to really, it's like, I can do this. I just feel like there's this sense of having to lighten the load first. And the load was getting heavy because you were in all these different directions and there was no actual direction. And it's like bringing it into one direction, bringing it into focus. But before you could bring anything into focus, you had to release all of these extra outside possibilities, I kind of want to say. Pisces, okay. Let's see what else we can get for y'all. The Ten of Wands, the Eight of Pentacles, the Knave of Wands, the Queen of Cups, the the Eight of Cups, the Chariot, and the Three of Cups. Well, again, I just feel like it's that Hermit energy of like, I can't keep carrying all of these different scenarios. I can't keep you know, dragging myself down all of it. Like if I'm going to actually move forward in a direction, I have to quiet all of this noise and stop carrying all of this baggage and focus on what I want and how I'm going to move forward, right? Like if you stop focusing your attention on everything else and everybody else and what they think you should do and what they think you should do and how you should be this and you should be that, and, you know, and like just come to yourself, focus on yourself, and know where your strengths are, know where you will fit well in a direction that you feel comfortable going in. And it might be something that's new, you know, but it's something that just, it feels like it cuts off all of the cords to all of the different things that were pulling you in all the different directions, that were causing a lot of confusion, that were dragging you down this rabbit hole of everywhere I go, it seems to just get worse. Stepping out of that energy. Again, I think having an insight that allows for you to move in a direction that I believe you'll find to be very emotionally fulfilling. And again, I do get this feeling that it's something new. The Knave of Wands, the Page of Pentacles, and the Knight of Wands, these are all very like, this is something new for you. And yet it's something that I think feels like focused. It feels focused on behalf of what it is that will make you want to celebrate, that will make you feel emotionally fulfilled, you know, allow you to stand in your power and to move towards what it is that you really want. Because I kind of get this feeling of like trying to recreate things everywhere. Well, I'll recreate it here, and then I'll recreate it here, and I'll recreate it here, but it wasn't ever really working because it wasn't sincere. Like a recreation is not an original. Do you know what I mean? And it's just kind of like, it's not going to work if you're just trying to recreate. Instead, focus on what you want to create and create accordingly, you know? But sometimes you have to quiet all the voices of everybody else before you can really wrap your mind around that. That's legit. All right, Pisces, let's do one last card for y'all and we'll call it a read. The Eternal Child. I mean, the Eternal Child is just kind of this idea of a little bit of trepidation, you know, but like also, you know, like a sense of like something you haven't done, something you haven't tried before, but something that I feel like you've always wanted to, do this thing. So I'm going to quiet the voices and I'm going to go in this direction. And I know that I'm new to it. And I know that it's, you know, like that it's maybe it's not what everybody told me that I was supposed to do, but it's what I really want to do. And I'm really excited for it. And so I'm going to do it. But first I had to stop doing what everybody else was telling me to do. First I had to stop listening to what all the different directions that everybody was trying to send me in. I love this, Pisces. I hope so very much that it resonates with y'all. If it does, please give me a like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you again soon. Bye.